SKTWINZTV here, guys. I'm back with another video giving you a little breakdown about some news in boxing. And I want to talk about specifically the recent news of Adrien Broner making it public the money that Eddie Hearn is trying to offer him. Now, there's ways in business of dealing with things like that. There's no real right way or wrong way, but there is a certain code of ethics. You don't come out and disclose what you're making or what you've been offered. In professional fighting, it's common, and to be honest, this is relevant in all business, where you can mention that you're in talks, you can mention you've been offered, but you don't disclose all the information. You don't name drop. You don't give exact figures of what they want to pay you, But having that in mind, boxing's a sport where historically the promoters they rip off fighters. They rip them off, and in many ways. Not just what they want to pay them. They'll pay them a little slither, but they'll rip them off in many other ways as well. And a guy like Adrien Broner, he knows his fucking worth. He knows his worth. And when you're dealing with a fighter who knows what he's worth, who understands what he brings to a promotion, who understands that in pop culture at the moment, in youth culture in America, particularly black youth culture in America, Adrien Broner is very relevant. He's a very, very, very relevant and strong figure, if you like. There's lots of young people that want to aspire to be like Adrien Broner. There's a lot of people who watch Adrien Broner, young fighters, even fans mostly, who click on his videos on YouTube, who enjoy his antics. I, for one, fucking really, really enjoy when Adrien Broner's going off the rails and he's saying funny shit, because I think he can. Why not? End of the day, he's fighting in the ring. End of the day, him who has to train every day. End of the fucking day, it's not Eddie Hearn, it's not Frank Warren, it's not fucking Bob Arum, it's not fucking Kathy Duva, any of these people, any of these promoters or advisors like fucking, what's his name? The guy who lives in the shadows. Can't remember his name right now off the top of my head. Al Heyman. Sorry. Guys like Al Heyman. None of these guys are doing fuck all apart from be little snakes, middlemen in the way, and profiteer of what the athletes and what these guys are producing in terms of content, in terms of Adrien Broner, who likes to be loud, likes to talk shit, that attracts people, that gets people to watch. When he makes his build-up videos to fights, his training camp build-ups, like what he'd done with Gervonta Davis for his last fight against Jesse Vargas, a 24/7 series. Brilliant. Lots of people watched it. It was very popular. Now, these promoters all bank off that. That's what you need to understand. They love that. They bank off it. They make lots of money from that. They get more bums on seats. They get more coverage for their events because of fighters like Adrien Broner. Of what he can bring to the table. It's very important to understand that. Casual fans don't understand this shit. He's not even in that great a position right now in his career, Adrien Broner. He's lost quite a lot of big major fights. He drew his last one. I would have gave him the decision, but he never fucking won. But still, people want to see Adrien Broner fight. Why is that? Because he's a draw. Because he's entertaining. Because of the antics. Because he puts bums on seats. And now when the local snake, Eddie Hearn, approaches a guy like Broner, Eddie's not stupid. He knows what Broner can bring to the table. He understands that very, very clearly. Now, the offer that he's gave Adrien Broner, off the top of my head, because I don't want to paraphrase it too much, it's just over $2 million for the first fight in September this year. The second fight, March 2019, I believe, was I think 2.5 million or 2.25, 2.2 million, yeah. And then the third fight, scheduled for September 2019, for 2.5 million, I believe. Now, most people will watch that and go, oh, that's a decent amount of money. I'd take that any day of the week. Adrien Broner's stupid. He's so stupid. He doesn't want that money. He's getting 2 million quid. Guaranteed. And he's got guaranteed 3 dates to go out and fight. Because he's inactive. He doesn't fight that often. Yeah. I beg to differ big time. I'll tell you why. And think about it. I want you to really think about this. Do you think Adrien Broner's only making £2 million to fight right now? Are you fucking joking me? Are you fucking seriously kidding me on? Do you think that's all he's worth? 2 million quid? So if Eddie Hearn had anything about him, other than being a conniving fucking slave driver / snake serpent looking fucker with fucking beady eyes. P.S. I've got a lot of respect for his dad, but not him. He'd know. He'd fucking know that Adrien Broner already gets paid way more than 2 million to fight. Broner's making decent money, by the way. Don't get it twisted. His sponsorships, what he makes from the events, like, forget about his purses. See just the event in general, like, that he's involved with. For example, when he fought Sean Porter, even though he lost that fight, but he made big bank, and then that event was a huge event. So they make money off the back of that event as well. That's how this game works. The revenue keeps getting counted up for days after the event. By the way, for all you casuals out there who don't know how the business side is run. So, I mean, a guy like Eddie Hearn, all he's interested in doing is painting the narrative in a certain way where it makes him look like, oh, I'm just giving a good offer. Oh, I'm just trying to help. I'm trying to help forward this guy's career. Oh, yeah, really, are you, son? And he had an interview, Eddie Hearn, after the fact, and he was claiming that Broner might be one of those guys where at the end of his career, he'll have regrets. he'll think back and he'll go, I could have made more of this opportunity, or I could have made more of that opportunity. But the real fact is, Adrien Broner won't give a fuck when his career's done about people like Eddie Hearn or whatever. Broner makes fuckloads of money every time he fights. Just believe me. Take that to the bank, honestly. Broner makes bank. Just because you don't win all your fights in boxing, or even MMA now, MMA's transitioned into that world too, where it's about who can put bums on seats. It's not about your records. There's a UFC event coming up very soon where CM Punk, who's 0-1 in MMA, is fighting another man who's 0-1 in MMA, and they're both fighting on the main card of the event. So are you trying to tell me it's not about who can just put bums on seats? And boxing's been like that for a long, long time. Don't take that away. Don't misconstrue my words saying that Adrien Broner isn't good. I think he's phenomenal. I think he's an excellent world-class fighter. And I think he still has the potential to be a world champion again. And dominate the way he dominated in the lower weight divisions. He was an animal. And he still can be. So a guy like Broner, he has so many options. He has so many fighters who are willing to take that fight because they know it comes with a good purse. It comes with a really healthy purse. And a guy like Eddie Hearn is throwing his weight around in America. He's handing out deals like this. And Broner even came out and said, like, that's a worse deal than what Rock Nation wanted to give me. Worse. And Rock Nation, they wanted to give him, I believe it was $40 million for 6 fights. It was a 6-fight deal. Which, again, sounds amazing. And Broner hasn't made anywhere near that money since that offer, and he refused the offer. I'm not like many people, though, who say, oh, you should have took it, you should have took it, you should have took it, you should have took it. Nah, but you're saying that because you're thirsty as fuck, mate, in your own life. He doesn't need that. 6 fights. 60 million. Or 40 million, sorry. $40 million. He's making decent bank right now per fight. I'm telling you that for a fact. He would not be refusing these offers if he's not already making at least fucking, I don't know. He's making more than $2 million anyway a fight. I don't like to be one of those guys who claim to know about all the purses and what have you, but if Adrien Broner is not getting over 5 million, 6 million per fight right now, I'd be very surprised. That boy makes bank, trust me. And Eddie Hearn thinks he can come to America, and the way his arrogant nature, the way he carries himself, the way he talks to people, his arrogance, his aura of sort of, he feels like he's invincible, almost. And he can just walk into America and he's just going to take over and nobody's going to make a peep about it. But the thing is, Americans don't like that style of doing things. They don't like that overly brash, cocky sort of demeanor. And better yet, the fighters don't like it even more. Now, if the fighters don't like it, the other promoters don't like it, I mean, shit. Who's Eddie Hearn going to actually sign, apart from younger up-and-coming people? If you think about it. And I feel that should probably be who you should focus on signing. Go after the Shakur Stevensons. Go after those kind of guys. You know what I mean? Go after the young bucks. Like, go after Devin Haney, guys like Devin Haney. Go after guys like that who are fighting really regularly right now, who can who are guaranteed you'll be able to get them in 3 times a year, your slots that you need to fill in for the year, they'll jump in, they'll do it, these younger guys. Or unknown champions. They'll take it. They'll take that shit. The guy who beat Lara just there, try and sign him. Who else is there? I mean, there's guys out there he could sign. He could bait younger fighters into it, inexperienced. But see these guys who are already on their feet, Eddie Hearn's got some nerve going for those guys, honestly. I mean, the Charlo brothers have already knocked him back. They don't want to sign with him. I mean, it's almost making people in America patriotic. They don't want to sign with this English guy who's coming over, who thinks he's gonna just use that Cockney charm and try and worm his way in there. I mean, Lou DiBella hates him. I'm pretty sure Richard Schaefer hates him. I'm pretty sure a lot of the big name guys despise him. Bob Arums, your Oscar De La Hoyas, they can't stand this guy. And the fighters can't stand him too. Like I said, Errol Spence has knocked him back. Adrien Broner's just knocked him back. The Charlo brothers have knocked him back. These are all names Eddie Hearn was throwing out there as potential clients. Now, who has Eddie Hearn signed so far? Danny Jacobs. Fantastic fighter, but is also signed with HBO. So God knows what's going to happen there. And so far even, Eddie Hearn hasn't done shit with him. He's got him to fight a couple of bums and that's it. Defend his title against bums. That last boy he fought was a fucking bum. I mean, even when Jay-Z, with Rock Nation, he signed barely anybody. A couple of people signed with him. I think it was Rigondo. And I know Andre Ward signed. Lesser known people again. So Eddie Hearn's only shot is going for lesser known fighters who are champions, or go for young, up and coming talent who are naive and who you can convince, and they'll take your bait. You can just reel them in, they'll take your bait. Do you know what I mean? But these experienced guys like your Broners, forget about it. He's making bank already, son. And whether Eddie Hearn is going to be successful or not, I mean, I really don't know. He comes from a business family dynasty. The Matchroom sports brand. Fucking do darts, snooker, boxing. Shit. They do it all. And they're very, very successful at doing it all. But maybe going to America is a step too far. Maybe the brashness is not going to help him this time. Maybe the Americans don't like you. But one thing I will say for sure, it's going to be very interesting keeping up to date with what moves Eddie Hearn makes and who he approaches next. Because, sorry, he signed Amir Khan as well recently. Downward spiral in his career. I mean, shit. It'll be very interesting to see where he goes and where he wants to take it. But my take on it is what I just told you. And I truly feel that if Eddie Hearn wants to be successful in America, he's going to need to start to be friendly. I know he says he'll work with anybody, but he needs to not come out and be so outspoken about people in America. People are involved in the game there. I mean, he's ruffling up some feathers over there, and it's not for the right reasons, so shit, we'll see. But Adrien Broner called that a slave deal, and I kind of agree with him. Tell me what you think in the comment sections. This is SKTWINZTV, and this is another video for you about some boxing news. Tell me what you think. Tell me who you would recommend Adrien Broner to sign with, or who would you recommend Eddie Hearn to go for. And thanks again for your viewership and your likes and your subscriptions, and we'll check you out next time with another video. This is SKTWINZTV, and I'm Cammy here. There's my Cleto Rays gloves right there. That's our gym right there, the watermark SK Gym in Livingston, Scotland, and I've just opened a branch in London, England. Anybody who's looking for PTs, for fitness, for boxing, for martial arts, in kickboxing, Muay Thai, MMA, Jiu-Jitsu, anything. We do everything. We're well-versed martial artists, and we put it all together. Also, Jung Fightwear, just want to put out there our clothing line launching in 2018. Things are on the rise. Everybody stay positive. Life's amazing.